Great. So today's topic is more about ethics committee, its composition, quorum requirements, roles, responsibilities, and the regulatory registration required in different geographical areas. We'll be covering one by one. First, we'll understand what an ethics committee is, how it is, the composition is made of, what are their roles and responsibilities, and then the regulatory registration. We'll also talk about the challenges ethics committee may face, the other day-to-day activities of ethics committees. We'll start about the introduction of ethics committee. So overall overview of ethics committee. The purpose of ethics committee is to ensure ethical standards in research and clinical trials. We'll discuss in upcoming slides how do they do it, how the ethics committee composition is made. So we need to understand the purpose. I'll read it out once more. Ensure ethical standards in research and clinical trials. This is what the purpose of an ethics committee is. What is an ethics committee? But about the ethics committee definition, it is as simple as a constituted body which is responsible for reviewing, approving, and monitoring research involving human subject to ensure ethical conduct. The importance of ethics committee. So why ethics committee is important? We can summarize it in two statements. One is that ethics committee protects the human rights and welfare of research participants. Then the ensures compliance with legal, ethical, and regulatory standards. They ensure they do not themselves conduct anything, but they ensure through various measures that whatever research activities or clinical trial activities are being done, they are compliant with the legal, ethical, and the regulatory standards and the guidelines. How a ethics committee is made of, what are the composition of? So there are a few basic key members in an ethics committee. One is a medical professional. There has to be a scientist, a legal expert, a lay person representing the society, then an ethicist, and a community representative. We'll read it out in detail. We'll need to understand that based on the composition of an ethics committee, who can be and who can hold different designation in ethics committee like chairperson or medical expert. So this slide and upcoming slide will discuss about it. So ethics committees are made up of professionals from various disciplines, ensuring that the decisions are unbiased and well discussed, well thought of. First and foremost, chairperson, as we discussed, he will be leading the committee. The chairperson should have a medical or scientific background, often with experience in the ethics of human research. So whosoever is being appointed as a chairperson, we need to see that he is having a medical or scientific background, and moreover having experience in type of ethics for the studies conducted, the research conducted on humans. Then there has to be a medical expert. We discussed about it. Should have experience in the field of medicine or clinical research. At least one member must be a medical professional with expertise relevant to the study under review. So when we say with expertise, this medical expert should have, again, training, education, and experience in that particular therapeutic area, so that they can review the particular medical related excerpts, medical related decisions, medical related study endpoints and study flow, and they can provide their input. Then there has to be a scientist. Usually the scientist is from pharmacology background. ICMR says that he has to be a postgraduate in pharmacology. In general, masters in pharmacology, or a person who has done doctor of medicine in pharmacology can represent as a scientist in a composition of ethics committee. Then there has to be a legal expert who can ensure compliance with the law and provides advice on the legal aspects of the research, including participant rights, privacy laws, law of the land, and compliance with regulatory standard. So these are four members. Then the fifth member should be a layperson. We already have discussed. Someone who has no direct affiliation with the institution or the research field. representing the public and ensuring the rights of the general population are considered. Then there has to be an ethicist who has specialized knowledge on research ethics. This individual assesses the ethical validity of research protocol and procedure. They also ensure that, laboratory investigation or unnecessary radiology exposure are not being done on the patients while participating into a clinical trial, or who can bring forward concerns related to social, cultural, or local issues that may be relevant to the population from which research participants are drawn. So basically, community representative is only if it is being conducted into a very specified population in a identified race or religion, then in that case, community representative are invited into the ethics committee